Hi everyone, this is Cherie and Beverly with Aging Backwards. Hey Bev,
Oh, hey Sherry, how are you?
I'm really good today. How about you?
Good. I'm gonna feed off of your energy.
Yeah, I just everything is good today and it's it's amazing because our episode today is all about holiday stress
Yes, it is. I'm so excited.
and ways to deal with that holiday stress. So, this is our title page.
Yep. So we're aging backwards with Sherry and Beverly.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I've been thinking a lot about the holidays, and like we go down by my dad and I was, thinking, do we a couple of us go to spend time with him and wear our masks? I'm like, Dad, you got to tell us what you want. He's 83 years old, so
different
you
time.
definitely don't want him to be exposed to anything as well.
Right, right. It's so different for so many of us with COVID being
Mm-hmm.
overlaying medical concerns about people's health and the elderly.
Absolutely. So, anyway, those of you that don't know us, I'm Sherry Lynn. I'm a culinary nutrition expert, health educator, certified consistency coach at Sherry Lynn Inc. I'm the founder of the Exhaustion Fix. I help exhausted, busy women learn how to eat to help put their hormones in check so they can start to feel awake again and fit into those jeans in the back of their closet. And if you would like a little guide to essential energy boosters, you can just pop that URL right in the search and that'll pop up for you.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you, Sherry. So, hello everyone. Again, I am Beverly with Beverly Hills Health and Wellness Coaching. I am a certified health coach and I have worked with clients who have lost up to 50 pounds in 1 year. I specialize in working with women to elegantly transform through menopause in my holistic program, which I offer online, individually, and in group setting. And my tagline is Step into Dazzling Health. And you can reach all of my information at the website, which is listed below.
Yes, step into dazzling health. Now, we can't go any further without showing you our disclaimer. So I will just read through it real quick. This information is for educational and informational purposes only and solely as a self-help tool for your own use. We're not providing medical, psychological, or nutrition therapy advice. You should not use this information to diagnose or treat any health problems or illnesses without consulting your own medical practitioner. Always seek the advice of your own medical practitioner and or mental health provider about your specific health situation. For the full disclaimer, go to that really long URL right there.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sherry, for covering the disclaimer.
You're welcome.
Now we will get into the holidays and what comes along with the holidays.
The stress,
Stress.
stress, and all the Black Friday commercials we're seeing. And yes, so
True, very true. So it's the happiest time of the year, and yet many are fighting through the stress of the season. We're here to share some great tips for a healthy holiday experience.
mhm.
Mary, I know last week we did Thanksgiving, and that's kind of where some of the stress may have started in dealing with preparation of meals, and maybe some people have some guests that are close by that can come visit, and we need to find some ways to do some stress busting. So we have a myriad of thoughts and tips and strategies for you to consider if you find yourself getting into these stressful states. For me, one of the perfect ones to change my state is to go out in nature, and it's this especially beneficial if the sun is out and I can get some vitamin D.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, today it's really overcasty and gray, but I can so use a great walk right now. I've got a whole lot of stress of my own going on.
Yeah, and an overcast day doesn't help. And it was rainy here in Wisconsin where I live, and it's just really, really windy. So that's a struggle sometimes to even get out there because it's not so pleasant. It's windy and it's cold. Even when I was driving today, I was getting kind of blown all over the road because it's that strong. But if we can just get out there for 5 minutes, just walk to the end of the block and back, or, you know,
I didn't,
just down to the end of the driveway, take the dog. You know, the dog's got to go out anyway.
yes, like right before we got on, I was like, oh, Cherie, let me take a little break. And I went to let my dog out, and the wind is not really bad like it is where you're referencing, but it's still windy. Whenever it's windy, a little wind in the air, my dog always looks around and thinks somebody's bothering her because you can't see the wind, but she can feel it. So she was just running around outside, just like trying to get away from the wind. That's so funny for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good because yeah, like last night, I know I just threw the boots on. Oh, yeah, I did grill outside last night. It was raining and it was cold, and we were still gonna grill out.
Uh-huh.
So I was out on the deck with my boots on, and
Still bringing a little of the outdoors in, because something about having grilled foods and the weather is like
Mhm.
really cold and dreary, it warms you up. I love grilling, and I'd like to do it all year long as well.
Yeah, we do it all year long as we can.
Yeah, awesome.
So, and I might essential oils is next on the list. I might just take a lavender bath later or some chamomile tea. I might just do some essential oils later. Turn the diffuser on too.
I love essential oils. I was actually talking to someone recently, and she was sharing how she used some oils in combination for certain effects. And I am a go-to lavender person. Like, there's always
Mhm.
lavender around all of my diffusers throughout the house. But she had suggested that I incorporate a little frankincense. So I like frankincense, but I kind of think of it, around the holiday season. So I don't usually have it throughout the year. But I did the blend of the frankincense and the lavender oil together. And I kind of rubbed it in my hand and took a deep sniff of it. And she's like, just put it on your skin. You can put a little carrier oil and just pat it on your skin. And she said that's really good to help to clear skin. It goes into the pores and it's very soothing. And I know that's the way lavender is anyway, but
Mhm.
that layer of frankincense was a different experience. So have you ever tried frankincense?
I have. I actually have it in my bathroom right now.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Uh,
I love experimenting with all of them.
yeah. Well, I do love the essential oil. It kind of gives a certain ambiance to the room when you walk into it. Um, the mist and the scent and the feeling of calmness that sets in when
Hmm.
you walk into that room. I really am
Yes.
those big proponents of essential oils. And another thing that you can do is, like, when we're going into the colder seasons, is to put a little eucalyptus into a humidifier. And that helps with breathing. In the winter season, you have colds and sniffles,
Hmm.
congestion. So there's so many great benefits for essential oils. And like
Awesome.
to the bath, that's awesome.
Well, and you have a candle lit, and I have a candle on a candle warmer.
I always keep my candle going.
Yeah, and I just have to show you because if I can touch it, yeah, it's fine. It is an old candle. It's old, and I don't know how old, but it's vanilla
Okay.
and it's on a candle warmer. And I don't, like I said, I don't know how old this is, but another stressful thing at the holidays is the loved ones that have gone, that aren't around anymore. And my sister and I are cleaning out all of the Christmas items that are in the closet underneath the
Staircase.
stairs at my dad's house. And we laid out all the Christmas items across the basement floor and across the pool table. And we're letting the grandchildren and the children pick out what they remember mom
Oh,
by, because she passed a couple years ago. And these candles she had in one of the boxes. And I thought, I'm going to take them home and I'm just going to burn them and
mhm.
use them. I bet you they've been downstairs probably 10 years. She hadn't been able to go down the stairs for years.
Yeah.
So we're going through things. So that's another stressful, thing with the holidays is those this year you're not going to be able to visit like you did other years. And like what I was saying about my dad, we try to be very careful, but yet don't want to leave him too alone, you
Right.
know, because you
Right.
don't want anyone to get alone and depressed
Yeah.
during the holidays, because that happens as well.
Correct. Correct.
So,
And that's got to be quite a challenge because seniors are one of the ones that are at higher risk because of what's happening with this pandemic. And then you also
mhm,
find that you can't be with them as much as you want, but the fine line of how much time is appropriate to leave them alone if
mhm,
they're not in the household with someone so they don't get depressed. That's like a catch 22 almost. But you're
right.
working it out very well though. And you said the Zoom, you guys do Zoom a lot too.
When this first started in March, and my dad's 83, and I taught him how to Zoom.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
he's like, what, he was ornery at first. He's like, what do you mean? And it's just hard for him to put in the password, the
Yeah.
passcode, because he can't see real well. So the vision is from some medication. So he has a hard time. He's looking down. He's trying to, but once he's on and once he figured it out, it was great because I wasn't the only one that could Zoom with him and he could see people and then he could shut it off and say, okay, leave me alone now. You know,
You have figured out a way to navigate that situation. So kudos for you and for him as well for being open to the technology at
hmm
three. That's awesome.
you can all learn technology. I love technology. So you can all learn that technology.
True. Yeah. We
So
don't really have a choice. I think it's going to take us over.
it's not going away, everybody. So,
True. So another stress buster is enjoying the sounds of the season. I know a lot of the theaters are closed. People are used to seeing like the Nutcracker and the other performances, but now with technology, you can enjoy a lot of those through Zoom. There are tours of different countries that are taking place, so you get to see other countries. Holiday season, I think I was watching Paris yesterday or today, or I flip around a lot on I don't watch television, but I do a lot of the Zooms and
mhm.
holiday season, watching different countries experience that. I find that so enjoyable. It's like you have a trip without having to go through all of the chaos of traveling. So enjoy the sounds of the season using, technology. Also, there's we have a music channel that I listen to a lot that I usually have it on like nature sounds, and they have one station that's like sounds of the season, and they're playing, music from different eras. I mean, back in the early 1920s up to like the really jazzy types of Christmas music that comes on, and I always call them the little teeny bopper songs. I mean, it's just a myriad of different music for Christmas, and it would appeal to the entire family or whoever you find that's visiting or in your home listening. So that adds a different flair to this time of year.
Awesome. I know the radio stations, some of them are playing Christmas music already.
Mhm,
They've already started, and I think a lot of people are going to start decorating a little earlier this year too.
mhm. Yeah.
So I like to have my tree down around the 1st through the 5th. Somewhere in there, I take everything down that is Christmas. I leave snowmen up. What about you, Beth? Do you take your tree down?
Uh, that's interesting because I'm in the empty nesting stage. So I used to have three Christmas trees. We decorated them as a family. And
Mm-hmm.
now that we're empty nesting, I don't feel the need to put three Christmas trees up. I think I put one small Christmas tree up last year. I think I would prefer to have like poinsettias around the house. I love the holiday wreaths made out of like the cedar and the pine. I like that smell in the house. But I don't have to really go with decorating a full tree. And I
Mhm.
light up until it's not safe. I mean, once they start drying out or lifeless, then I want to remove them out the house for purposes of being safe. But there's all of the essential oils now that you can use that have the holiday scent, so it feels like it's Christmas, but it doesn't have as many Christmas trees around for me.
Okay. When I work down at the boutique, I work part-time at a women's boutique, and our number one selling candle is a Kristen candle, and it is called pine needles. And so it smells like, the winter pine, like the evergreen, so that's our number one seller is pine needles.
Needles.
So, yeah.
Think of Christmas trees. It was when I was growing up, everyone had a fresh tree. It was an event to go out and find the tree and bring it and decorate it. And then because of like all of the hazards or fires that were started by people who didn't keep their trees, um, with enough water on it, that they just kind of went away and the artificial trees showed up. And that was a big shift to me because it wasn't the same, but to have now you can purchase the wreaths or buy your essential oils that smell like pine, and you still are able to bring that back into the season without having the harmful concerns about trees causing.
It's funny you said that about the water. So in the basement at my dad's house where we used to have all of our family gatherings, and we'd always have a real tree, okay? And even with my kids, we'd go out and they'd pick it out, and my ex-husband would chop it down. And so at dad's house, I'm like, what's the bucket underneath the tree, Dad? He hung the tree from the ceiling, and it hung over a 5-gallon bucket of water. This
Well,
tree was never going to run out of water because it was hung from the ceiling.
that's a new one. I haven't heard that one.
Oh, it was, yep. And also you just, decorate under the tree. The presents like kind of block the white 5-gallon bucket. Just hilarious. But
But
we would always go out and to the tree, the Christmas tree field, the and we would chop one down, and my kids got older and my ex-husband said, we should get an artificial tree. I said, well, I was totally against it. I was always the tradition, so my daughter and I went to Stein's, and boy, did we come back with a beautiful artificial tree. You thought it would save money if we went with an artificial tree over the years? Not for that price.
they can be quite pricey. I tell you, one of the big tips someone shared with me, and they had a home that was like 10,000 square feet, and I had three trees. I don't know how many trees they had. Um, but one of the things that she had stated to me was that she likes to go to like the big box stores like the day after, what is like the Black Friday sales. Like there's a lot
Yep.
of things that she can get at that point that are nicely discounted, but still she has them for the holiday season. And then she goes back a second time the day after Christmas, because then it's
Okay.
slashing them like down to a third or a fourth of the price just to get the inventory out. And she
Hmm.
built a lot of her holiday decorations around those two sales periods. I'm not disciplined enough to do that. Um, her Thanksgiving sales is just absolute chaos. And was it the Black Friday sales? And well, I don't think it'll probably be the same this year, but it's like people would set their alarms to go as soon as the sales kicked off. And it's just absolute chaos. And I don't like to be in that frenzy of a
No,
emotion and crowds. And so no,
no.
I pay the price or do, what is it? The Cyber Mondays were pretty cool.
Cyber Mondays, that would probably be okay. But I have never gotten into the, go after Thanksgiving, Black Friday thing because I just want to sit around with my family and relax and enjoy. And we watch football.
Mhm.
So, and I just ordered myself a couple of things online. They had one of my favorite, it's called 100% Pure. It's makeup made from fruit pigmented.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really good. You have to look it up. It's called 100% Pure. And they just had a buy one get one free lipstick. So I have 2 new lipsticks coming, and then I ordered myself some more Fit Aid. It's a
Okay.
good healthy drink. So yeah,
Well,
I do that.
that sounds like it could be a video series, health and wellness in the space of makeup.
Right? Right.
That's a consideration.
So
A lot of people are conscientious about, the parabens and all of the toxicity that's in makeup. So that's a consideration.
right. So, and I think this year it's really good to even try some new traditions with everything that's going on that, maybe we can even try some new foods this year.
I totally agree. I like doing new traditions because sometimes you get into this rut of doing things the same way and you just want to bring some new life into it. And by changing and switching it up and adding a new tradition, I think that that's a nice way to
Hmm.
give new perspective on the holiday season.
And it goes with the next one you have in line there, Bev, is let go of perfection.
Oh,
And
I'm there.
yeah, because I am guilty of that because there is a certain way that I think things should go,
Mhm,
and it never goes that way.
mhm,
And
mhm.
we just create more stress for ourselves.
Yeah. Um,
So,
I am capable of letting it go. I have given up perfectionism. I like things to be done nice and well, but that massaging and manipulating and not able to let it go and it's stressed,
mhm.
like, no, I have learned, what is it? Um, done is better than perfect.
Yes. Yep. I agree with that. Done is better than perfect.
Mhm. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's where I am. I'm cool with that one. Breathing exercises. Now I remember we did a video talking about ways to go through breathing exercises. So I'm going to defer to you and let you talk about that because I know that there was a specific breathing technique that you use with your students in your class.
Oh, yes, with the 4-year-olds at school. I did it with the older ones too, but I just teach them how to do breathing. And
Mhm.
it's just basically breathing in for a 4 count, holding it, and then breathing out for a 4 count. And it just helps calm them down after class before they go on to their next transition to their next group, to their next class.
Mhm.
So it kind of gets them calm down too, to stand in line so they're not poking and shoving the one in front of them, behind them. And so, and there are different meditation apps out there as well. If you're one of those people that can't meditate,
Mhm.
breathing exercises is what you need to do.
Correct.
Because if you're trying to meditate and your mind is just going all over, and you're thinking of all the things that you need to do some breathing exercises. It'll help calm you down on the inside. And then you might be able to meditate after you're done doing the breathing exercises.
Right. So there's a couple of apps that I remember people mentioning. One was called Calm. I think that that one is being
Yes.
advertised by LeBron
Hmm.
James. So if LeBron James has to do meditation, I think we can all benefit from it.
Hmm. Calm is a good one. I think one of the widely popular ones.
Mhm, mhm.
So, honey for immune system. Are you putting it in your tea, or what are you doing with your honey?
I am not a big proponent of having sugars in any of my drinks, but during the winter season, I will put a little honey into my teas to help boost my immune system. And I like the raw honey My husband likes the one that has the honeycomb still in it. So I will purposefully make sure to get a little honey in, and just a little bit, because I just don't like drinks.
Yep.
Also, there was bee pollen that we also use along with that during the winter months.
Okay. Yeah, and I agree with the raw honey too. And I picked up an organic Echinacea Plus for promotes immune function. And then also Breathe Easy. These are by Traditional Medicinals. The
Mhm.
Breathe Easy is promotes respiratory health, because this time of year with all of the leaves and the wetness outside, I get the mold allergy in my chest and I can feel it. I know a lot of people also have allergy things. And then, you have what's going on in society right now and you're like, oh.
Right.
So I did pick up these for a little immune boost too. And,
Yeah.
I may put a little bit of honey in. Another thing you can do with the honey, and this sounds kind of strange, cut up some garlic, chop up a piece of garlic, and put it on a teaspoon,
Mhm.
fill the rest with honey, and then you down that. And it doesn't sound like it tastes very good. You can't taste the garlic. You've got the honey over it, but that really helps too if you're coming down with a cold.
Component of garlic. We
Hmm.
buy these bags of peeled garlic from our specialty store, and as we go into the winter seasons, I will eat raw garlic. I kind of
Hmm.
a little piece and just eat it. But yeah, that's really good for like killing parasites and bacteria. So it's really
Hmm.
good to have on hand. And I know it sounds challenging to have that garlic, but it is one of the best things that you can do as we go into the winter season. So you just think about it. It's good for your health.
It is. It is. And I do like trying all the specialty holiday drinks
Yeah.
and coffees even. Yep. Yeah, you have your coffee today and I have my coffee
Yeah.
today.
Had to make a toast to that
Hmm.
into my
But
Java.
I'm gonna have my tea later. So
Yeah, I
yes.
switched to teas in the afternoon, but
Now
it was.
slow down and do less.
Mhm.
If we've learned anything at all during this whole experience is we're also busy, busy, busy all the time. And then this hit and they said, stay home.
Mhm.
And we were like, what? Because we're so used to the
Being
like chronic stress of being busy all the time, and it's become our new normal.
right, right.
To be not this is our, I don't like that phrase at all for this, the new normal, but the busy stuff that we're constantly go, go, go,
Mhm.
that has become just normal to us.
Yeah, and it leads to burnout and fatigue and total exhaustion, and you're no good to anybody once you've gone
Hmm.
to those levels. So,
Right. And say no.
yeah,
Don't get overscheduled.
yeah, just say no. Right.
And it's hard to do because, you have, even with kids, you have grandkids, you've got, but things in your life are more important. And especially as women, we always say, oh, I'll do that for you. And we put ourselves on the back burner. And no, go take your bath. Go
Yeah,
lock yourself in the bathroom
right,
for 10 minutes, turn on the shower like you're going to take a shower, and sit on the toilet with the seat down and just sit there and do some breathing exercises. Do what you have to do in order to de-stress.
right. Definitely. And if you can find even more time, run a hot bath, throw you some of those essential oils in there, and just take time for yourself
Hmm.
to renew.
Just
So
a little bit.
I don't
So.
have too big of a problem with saying no. I've gotten better with that, but it does take practice. So just to let people know that you can take control by saying no. You can't be
Hmm.
all people. So set your boundaries. That'll eliminate some stress. And this is my go-to is catering your holiday meals. You do not have to be in the kitchen all day during the holidays and miss out on spending time with your family, your friends, or whoever may be in your home during that time, and be present with them. I
Mhm.
will ask, my family what major dishes you like. I will normally pick up a ham or a turkey. We eat turkey throughout the year, so turkey's not like a super special holiday
Mhm.
meal for us, but the ham definitely would be. I'll do a couple of catered sides. I know some people who have their own bakery business, and I'll order a cake or a pie just to have on hand. But um, if it's just like me and my husband, I don't even have to go that far. I'll just go to the specialty market, pick up a side. We'll take one slice of pie for him, one little specialty dessert for me, and that's it. But just kind of think outside of the norm of having to be in the kitchen the entire day and sometimes the day before. But
Mhm.
on the sides of the family and who your guests are, just think about a way that you can kind of cut back on some of that prep time and enjoy the season. Don't
Mhm.
be out by trying to do all of the cooking. Usually you find
Right.
women, but my husband loves to cook, so it's really balanced around
Mhm.
my home. But I know some women, they enjoy cooking or baking, but they also find themselves like really drained afterwards.
Oh, it's a lot of planning and prep, and it is. And if you can take any shortcuts so that you can enjoy it more, I mean, I think that comes up every year. Because then it's not even just the meal itself, it's the cleanup afterwards.
True, very
But I
true.
do love all of the leftovers.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
do love the leftovers. And sometimes people don't want the leftovers.
I don't care for it because I will overeat.
Yeah.
I don't like if I have
Yeah.
people take it all with you, leave nothing here.
Yeah, I remember you saying that because like I would love all the leftovers and we'll make things out of them. And you're like, nope, I don't want any of it. So, and then when you say be present with family, that ties into the next one, pause on technology. Try to
Absolutely.
get those things done ahead of time too, so that you're not like for me with my business, so that I'm not thinking about, oh, I didn't get that done. I really want to go get that done. So then I'm on my phone while I'm around family. So I'm not really present
Present.
with them.
Hmm. True.
So,
True. So that's definitely takes discipline. And also, that's one of those things to enable you to not feel so much anxiety because when you're on your phone, you have your head down, it's the tension and the stress that's building up, and you're surfing through things. Like, just unplug, just find a couple of
mm,
hours and set it aside and just be in the moment.
right.
Very well stated. And above all, if you find that you're in a place that you cannot find some joy, you cannot find a state of peace, and you're falling into depression, this is the time to seek professional support because there are levels to going through stress. And if it's not um, adjusted or eliminated or find a way to navigate through it in a healthy manner, then this will put you into a state of depression. And depression that goes unchecked for periods of time can lead to some very dark spaces. So please seek out
Mhm.
professional support.
Yes, very good.
So this is the fun stuff for all of the ladies out there. We give and give and give. And this holiday season, I want you to give yourself the gift of self care through the holidays. Cherie and I are both health and wellness coaches, and we work with women. Me exclusively, I work with women in menopause. And Cherie, you work with a special group, and I'll let you talk about the group of women that you work with.
Sure. I work with exhausted, busy women that are fatigued and would like to fit into those jeans in the back of their closet. Because along with not being able to sleep, because you're exhausted. It doesn't sound like it goes hand in hand, but it does. You're exhausted, you're fatigued. What do you mean you can't sleep then? You can't, because your balance, your hormones are not they're not balanced, so they're imbalanced. So it all goes hand in hand, and then you get cravings. And then you, of course, can't resist those cravings. It's a full circle. It, my dog is right here. He's like, wants his treats like right now while I'm talking. um, so yeah, it just goes full circle with the sleep issues, the cravings, the exhaustion, the fatigue, and it's just a vicious circle. And then you try to have energy drinks and coffee, and it just creates more of a vicious cycle because it all causes more stress.
Right.
And then you try to, oh, if I could just exercise, I'll just exercise and I'll get more, I'll be able to lose weight. If I just go on the treadmill for another hour, I'll go on the treadmill and I'll do
Stress.
that. And you're just creating more stress on your body.
Hmm.
So until you learn how to eat the right foods to get your hormones balanced, you're not going to get off the vicious cycle.
Right. Absolutely.
So,
I totally agree. And for the women out there, we as health and wellness coaches want to speak to you and let you know that there are ways that you can provide self-care during this holiday season. So these are a few things that are just for you, things that sometimes we think about, we're like, oh, we'll do it later, but put some time on your calendar just for you to do some self-care. Um, a massage does wonders for your health. It moves toxicity out of the body. It releases tension and stress out of the muscles. It allows you to have more flexibility. You see how I'm moving? Like it's I had my massage, but we had a regular monthly massage, my husband and I tell you, you feel brand new after having a really good.
mhm.
Do miss it. We have since moved and lost access to our masseuse, so we need to find a new masseuse. But I tell you, it is a life-giving self-care that you can do for yourself that has immense benefits.
And once you find a massage therapist that you like, you hang on to them. Hang on to them.
Absolutely.
So, and I love you love this also, going for manicures and pedicures.
That is on my calendar every month. I have
Mm-hmm.
to do it for myself. Cherie, you know my schedule, and those are two non-negotiables for me. Um, Getting to the salons is a lot different because of the period that we're in now, but they
Mm-hmm.
have spaces that have been set up during this particular time where you're protected, everybody's covered, everybody's distanced, you only can
Mm-hmm.
go by appointments. They don't see as many clients like my um, beautician and nail tech person. They've taken so many measures and I feel so comfortable. And as a matter of fact, I feel better there because there's less traffic coming through. The doors are locked so people just can't wander in and out. So this is my me time and I absolutely cannot manage if I didn't have these on the calendar because that's me taking the time to give back to myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the spaces that I go, they're quiet. There's not a lot of talking going on. They're allowing you to take care of yourself, to be present. So I really, really love doing this for myself.
Right. Right. And I don't go every month. I probably go maybe 6 weeks because I do my own in between there. And then I go have them do them and then I'll do my own. But then when I go get my hair done, I also have him do my eyebrows because I just can't see them. Like I can't see some of the little hairs along there, and they can, put the wax on and they can clean them up for you, and you think that you got them, and then you go into a new bathroom with better lighting, and it's like, oh no.
And you get reflexology done as well, don't you, Cherie?
When he has the dye on my hair, and then I go in and I lay on the massage table face down, and he does reflexology on my feet. And every different part of your foot is aligned with a different organ. So he can tell when my intestines are inflamed. Sometimes I walk in and go, yep, guilty. And the next time I'll walk in and go, ought to be good today. So it's amazing when there's a sore spot on my foot. And sometimes, like right now, it would probably be my lung. There's a part of the foot that would be associated with the lung, and that would be with that mold allergy I was talking about earlier. So it's really interesting. So that's a once a month thing. I get my hair done once a month. So the reflexology, the hair and the eyebrows. That's my thing.
One of the things that I would point out about the reflexology, if you're not familiar with it, you can Google it, but there are also some socks that you can buy, and it's color coded on the sole, and it shows these points that when you massage those points, how it affects an organ. So I've had reflexology done on a few occasions. It's very complex, and it's one of those things that helps to stimulate the organs in some kind of way. I think it's like back to Chinese medicine or something. It's very intricate, but it does do wonders if you can find somebody who's knowledgeable with reflexology.
Right. And if you want to see, just Google reflexology, and there are all kinds of charts, and just look at the chart. It's fascinating how, a part on the bottom of your foot is associated with your lung or your kidney or your intestines. So, but when my guy's name is Todd. So when Todd's working on my feet, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, sore spot,
It's like, oh, we got a problem here.
You can always tell. And the days where I'm drifting off and all of a sudden I jump because I'm falling asleep, those are good days. Those aren't the sore days. So I am overdue for a facial. It's been a long time since I've been in for a facial.
Me too, Cherie.
I can't even remember the last time, but that's something that would be on my list.
Yeah, I had a woman, she worked for one of the high-end spas, and she had her license, and she had converted one of the rooms in her house to a spa. And so I would go to her home, into her home spa, and have my facials done. And she had the exact same equipment that's in the high-end spas. And I tell you, that was so rejuvenating to have the steam going into your pores and purging out the gunk that's there, and to have she had different types of organic products, and you could just feel how tingly and stimulating it was. Like it wakes your skin up, and you come out and there's such a glow to your skin. It's just absolutely amazing. I do miss that, and I need to find another esthetician.
Yes, I'm definitely overdue.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you can just go for a makeover. Get your hair and makeup done. And, I just love getting my hair done because it just feels so good.
Right.
And he'll put like the conditioners on my hair while he's doing my eyebrows. So it sits in the conditioner, so it gets even softer and healthier. And you can also go for body scrubs.
Oh, yes, yes. Those are really good. It removes the dead skin and brings through that nice supple skin underneath. It's just similar to your facial. It just brings the newness of your skin's glow to the surface, and it just it feels so good. It feels really good. And you feel like, oh, some of the stress is just melted away with the scrub.
Yeah. And then if you don't have the body scrub, you can always do the dry brushing as well and
Mhm.
always go towards the heart. So we talked about that on one of our other episodes. I remember that.
Right. Yeah. I do dry brushing from time to time. It's a nice
Hmm.
thing that you can do like right before you getting into the shower. So that's awesome.
Right.
Of course, as health and wellness coaches, think about providing a gift of health to the women in your life, to yourself, your sister, your mother, your aunt, colleagues that mean something so dear for you in your office setting. I have some sweet friends I would love to give packages like this to. So think about that. Cherie works so hard to support her client, and I am here to do the same for women in the menopausal state who have challenges with the waistline expanding. And it's also due to hormonal changes. Our bodies goes through these changes through iterations of our life, and you have to adjust. And having a health coach to partner with to get you to your health goals is a fantastic gift for the holidays.
Hmm. Very well said.
All right, so if there's nothing else, then these are some of the sources that we provided the information to you that you can go back to reference. Some of them are just things that we know in our space as health coaches that we teach and stand by to support health and wellness, but you're welcome to follow through on looking at these sources because there's a litany of information out there. We can't put everything in our presentation, but we pulled some of the main points.
Yes.
So this is the culmination, self-care during the holidays. So I was telling Cherie when I was putting the slide presentation together, I was trying to come up with the perfect image to close out. And this cup of cocoa that says naughty just kept calling to me. And I want to preface this by saying that this is the holiday season. We're going to be dealing with stress. So finding these ways of self-care might have a little naughty something that you partake in, but it is the holidays. Enjoy it, be present and indulge. So I indicated
Hmm.
warm beverage can provide just that bit of TLC to soothe those moments of discomfort. So enjoy a nice cup of holiday coffees or tea or cocoa. This is what the season is about.
One thing that I will enjoy is a home cooked pumpkin pie, a recipe that has been in the family, a pecan pie, and I will enjoy it with no guilt and I will indulge because it is the season, but I won't use the season as a, oh, well, I'm going to eat everything in my sight because it's Christmas, because it's the holiday. Not like that. It's I will enjoy a family recipe. I will enjoy the meal, and then I will continue on with the way I eat normally
Right,
without any guilt.
exactly. And that's the
Without any guilt.
yeah. So you do have to
Hmm.
enjoy the holiday season, even if that feels a little naughty, but just,
Yep.
keep it into the proper perspective. So it indicates here that it's the holidays, be a little naughty and indulge with a hot cocoa treat to offset the stresses that we encounter more during the holiday season. We want to have you to enjoy this time, be safe, and take care of yourself during this season of unknown things that are out and about. We're trying to just stay in a space of health and
Right. Right. And even right now, for me, I'm virtual teaching, and they will let us know before we leave for Thanksgiving break if we are going to continue the way we have until after Christmas, or if they're going to do like a transition phase, bringing the children back halftime.
Mhm, mhm,
So there's things up in the air,
mhm. Yeah,
you know? So if you do end up overindulging, just get back at it.
mhm,
So
absolutely. Well, we want to let you know if you have any questions, we are open to support you in your health goals. If there are topics of interest that you would like us to present in a video, feel free to let us know what they are. We have a YouTube channel. It's Aging Backwards with Cherie and Beverly. We ask that you like, subscribe, share, and we appreciate you being here and being a part of this health and wellness series that we do weekly. Any closing thoughts, Cherie?
just have a wonderful holiday season. Try to lower this stress and do something for yourself.
Absolutely, very well said. So you
So
want to
go
your
ahead.
contact information?
Thanks. I'm Cherie Lynn with Cherie Lynn Inc. And there's my Instagram, my Facebook page, and my free Facebook group is called Overcome Extreme Fatigue with Cherie Lynn. So I run challenges and tips and give you information to start getting some of that energy back and get on the way to getting into those jeans in the back of your closet. So if you would like an ebook for essential energy boosters, you can click that. Well, you can't click it, but put it in the search bar and you'll be able to download that.
Awesome. Thank you, Cherie.
Thank you.
Beverly with Beverly Hills Health and Wellness Coaching. My tagline is Step into Your Dazzling Health. All of my contact information is listed there, my website, Facebook, and Instagram. I also have a free downloadable ebook on busting through that belly fat, which we all might need to have a copy of as we navigate through the holiday season. Again, we thank you for being here. Ask that you subscribe and share. Take care and happy holidays, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. Happy holidays.